Hi, I'm Victoria Price, and this is my little tutorial on heart-centered practice and how I discovered the power of heart-centered practice by creating a daily practice of joy.
People are always asking me how I got into these heart-centered practices. It all came about by creating a daily practice of joy. And my heart-centered daily practice of joy is still my core go-to practice. It saves my bacon every day. And I could talk about it and talk about it and talk about it, or I can just show you how it works. And you're looking at how it works. I'm standing here next to a little lake in a residential area in the mountains of western North Carolina that I discovered as I was halfway down a walk. And I knew that the rain was coming in and it was going to be a really heavy rain and lots of storms, so I wanted to turn around. But I saw these people come out of their house and they were carrying things that indicated they were going on a slightly longer walk, like a water bottle. And I said, is there like a good hike or something down there? And they said, well, not a hike, but there's just a really sweet little lake down here. I said, oh, that sounds great. I'll have to come back. He said, follow us. We'll take you down there. So I followed them all the way down and found this sweet little lake. It's a small lake, and it is now part of my daily practice of joy. So I'm going to walk you around this little small lake and really share with you just how my daily practice of joy works. Because, as I said, this practice literally transformed my life. So right here, I'm looking at this gorgeous, gorgeous dogwood tree. And I'm here with Allie. This is Allie. Al, say hi. So we got the white dog and the white tree. We've got a pretty, pretty little lane. And I've yet to see a car here, though I've seen lots of people. It rained all morning, well, early morning, sort of 2 in the morning till 8 in the morning. So the ground is still wet and we've got that sort of moist feel in the air, but it's cool. It's cool. I'm wearing, a little bit bundled up. And they're beautiful trees and trees that have not yet fully leafed out. And the sky that is so blue, I think everywhere. I'm right on the flight path to an airport where commercial flights come in, but they're not flying in very often, and we're all looking at blue skies all over the world. There's this beautiful lawn here with birds on it. I just saw the most gorgeous bright blue mountain bluebird, and there we have more birds, beautiful big magnolias. Here's some magnolias with waxy leaves. And as I walk along and I think, wow, I'm going to be here for another little stretch and I'm going to get to see that bloom. And so I look at it really closely and I think to myself, I don't really know when magnolias bloom around here because I don't know anything about this. But I can see that there are a few buds just starting to come up. And I go over and I take a look and I see and I'm like, I wonder how far away that is. And on I go. I look over at this tree, which has been pruned and such a great place for birds to sit. And I think, did they prune that tree on purpose? Was it having growing problems? Was it about to die and they wanted to keep it? And I think, I wonder who these people are who live here. The only house right on the little lake. And who are these people who live up these driveways? And look at all these beautiful trees. And it's not just the beautiful flowers on the beautiful trees that are even beautiful on the ground. It's the bark. Look at all the lichen on the bark. And this is how my daily practice of joy works. Because what happens is I stop being distracted. I stop thinking about my to-do list. I become engaged right where I am. I look at the Japanese maple and I think to myself, what I often think about Japanese maples. So interesting that they're like this precursor of what's to come 6 months from now with that bright red autumnal color, but in the spring. And then I look at all the robins making their nests and these beautiful, what on earth is that? It looks like some sort of almost eucalyptus with this gorgeous bark. And I realized suddenly that I don't know that much. Here I am thinking my entire life is built around this accumulation of knowledge. Oh, I know this, I know that, but really I know what I've been called upon to know. I've never lived in the mountains of western North Carolina, so I don't know what half of these flowers are. But here's what I do know, that when you see baby ducks, a whole family with the mommy and daddy duck and baby ducklings, your whole face breaks out into a smile. And you don't want to get too close to disturb them, but you absolutely want to see them, because there are the baby ducks. Did you see them? I'm going to go around a corner and hopefully you're going to be able to. So when I recognize that I don't know very much, I feel this huge sense of something easing within me. And what eases within me is this false idea that what I know about the world and about what every day is supposed to feel and be and look like, that's not what's going to save me. And it's not what's going to save our world. Yes, knowledge is important, but stopping and feeling how our hearts feel and zooming in on some baby ducklings and just having this huge smile as I watch them swim around, and I look at mommy and daddy duck and their babies, and I think, and then I start to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 I think they have, and they're trying to get out of the water again. And I think, wow, what a gorgeous world we live in. Those two people who led me down into this little area that I wouldn't have come to probably as quickly, at least. And we got rained on and splattered on. We got a flute and piano concert because every Sunday somebody in the neighborhood plays music for the other neighbors. They reminded me that one of the most essential parts of my daily practice of joy is to walk where I'm being led. Had I just stuck with my plan, and I had a plan for that morning, it was firm, I knew what I was doing, I wouldn't have had this beautiful walk today, or the many other times I've walked it this week. I wouldn't have gotten to see the dogwoods here and all the lush foliage. I wouldn't have gotten to feel the coolness of the water or met the lovely people with their dogs. I wouldn't have been where I needed to be. I would have been where my head told me I needed to be. And that is the hugest part of heart-centered practice. We've all been walking around, going where our heads have told us we need to be. And this exercise is about changing that. It is about listening to our hearts. And why is that important? Our heads have gotten us here, and our heads are trying to find answers that our heads don't have. But I promise you, our hearts are the conduit to the answers that love has. This isn't some pie in the sky, pink paint, purple unicorn crap. It's true. Listening to our hearts and living love is a game changer. This is how heart-centered practice works. So give it a try. Give it a try. Create your daily practice of joy and watch the bumblebees on the flowers. And remember that this living love that we are all capable of pollinating is why we are all here to live, love, and enjoy the beauty that is possible when we become heart-based human beings instead of head-based human doings. This is Loving Viral, and it rocks.
Stay tuned for more heart-centered practices and check out my book.